Now here is your video.
Welcome back, bros, to another Transformer video review. Today, I have the opportunity to take a look at the Transformers Robots in Disguise Generation 2 Decepticon Deluge. So as for the contents, this is what we get inside. As you can see, we get Deluge, the Transformer himself. We also get one accessory, which is his spoiler/weapon. We get the instruction manual, which is standard to all Transformer figures. And then we also get a sticker sheet. So before I move from this visual composition, I wanted to show you a little closer on the tech spec right here for Deluge. As you see, his function is a scientific advisor. If you want to read that, go ahead and pause that. You see his strength, his skill, his firepower, all that. But most importantly, guys, this figure is a color change. So basically what we'll do later on in the video review, we'll shoot warm water right here at the hood of the Formula One race car and see what it reveals, which we all know it should reveal a G2 Decepticon. But just in case it doesn't, let's see if the gimmick still works. Even though this is a figure long time ago, made in 1992. And as you see, it's part of that GoBots right here feature right there. It's registered under the GoBots for Hasbro 1992, proof of purchase. And then you have the G2 Robo points. So yes, looks good. Don't have any issues with that. So let's go ahead and move this out the way so we can get this review moving on and I don't take up too much of your time. And thank you for checking out this video review. So now I just want to show you the details on this figure real quickly as I bring him closer. Hopefully he is in focus with the camera. This is Decepticon Deluge, and as you see right here, he's mainly made out of this white and blue plastic. The only little bit of yellow you get right there is the piece that hinged together, and then also on his spoiler for his so-called weapon. As you know, this figure does have a gimmick. We will discuss, like I said, a little bit later on in the video, but mainly you only have like 4 stickers on the figure that come applied. You have the G2 Decepticon logo. You have the 5s on the shoulder pads right there, and you have it on the spoilers right there. Other than that, the rest of them have not been applied. These already come applied. So basically, this is what we get for the figure. It does have lead piping, so maybe I can show that off real fast. Just bear with me. Sorry for the extra noise. And that's my light showing you the lead piping. So yes, it does work good still. No issues with that. So now for the articulation wise on this figure, it really follows that G1 where from the waist on down, there's nothing you really got. You just got these shoulders right here that can hinge upward, which will allow the arm to hinge more upward if you want. But like I said, with this spoiler being so heavy, it tends to droop down. This is a brand new figure that I picked up off eBay. So when I opened it, it was brand new. And then the last articulation you get right here is the arms that can bend in. If you want, you can have him holding maybe his stomach or his chest, laughing at somebody, whatever you want to do. And then if you unhinge right here, you can get a little bit of articulation where he's having like an upper torso bend if you want, because the torso right here slides on a little peg. As you see right there, you can have, if I move this arm up, now it can slide that way. So he sort of has like upper torso articulation, I guess. But either way, that's all we get. Like I said, it is a G2. I'm happy with it. I think it looks good. I mean, I can't really complain because it's something that came out in the past and it's still pretty darn good. I mean, you can't beat it. I mean, this is what we grew up on, and I definitely love G2 and just as much as I do G1. So let's go ahead and bring out some other figures for some comparisons while I get this guy back to his appropriate transformation. As you can see, just like that. And now let's bring out some figures for some comparisons. And as promised, here we are for comparisons, and I have pretty much a wide variety of G1 and G2 characters to show you how tall Decepticon Deluge really is and how he scales with other figures. As you see, the only other G2 figure that I have before you is G2 Scram, which I already reviewed. As you see, Scram is not much bigger than a Minibot, and Doge is definitely the same size as Prowl. So you get a decent, I guess, size figure compared to the G1, because I know Prowl back in the day was anywhere from like $6.99 to like $9 to $10.99 for a figure. So that's pretty much what you would get as if you had this G2 figure in that G1 style. Yes, it does not weigh as much as the G1s, but it may have been a little less than that, but give or take. Anyway, when compared to Hoist and also Inferno, as you see, it's not a bigger Transformer, so it's definitely smaller than that. And I still think it works well and it scales well compared to the figures before you. So let's go ahead and do my last comparison so we can keep this review short and keep you moving on. And lastly, this is how Doge scales with modern figures in today's technology. As you can see, he still is about that core class / legends class size price point. And then you have him compared with Deluxe, a Voyager, and a Leader class figure. So yes, this is how this older figure scales with newer figures in today's time and age. So before I get to transformation, I just want to show off the gimmick. So what I went ahead and zoomed out wide so we can hopefully see it. Hopefully it works well. This is actually my first time trying it. I like gimmicks, but as of right now, I'm just like, well, let's just enjoy the toy for what it is. So this comes off, no big deal. I'll move it off just for the purpose of getting wet. Kids, don't drink unless you're over the age of 21. This is a shot glass of water. So supposedly there's water in it. I'm hoping there is. And then as you see, it squirts out. It just shot it in my hand, shooting back in the water. I don't know if you can see that. So yes, the gimmick does work. So basically push the pump in, let go, and it sucks the water up. So let's see now if it works for the color change feature. So let's put him side. Well, matter of fact, let me get a napkin out just in case. This is my review station. I don't want to have water going out of control. So let's see if it's going to reveal. The water is warm. So let's see what happens. It's starting to show a little bit. Oh, okay, here we go. It's coming a little better, guys. I don't know if it's gonna get any better than that. I know you guys probably can't see it yet, but I definitely put enough water up there. Let's see. It's definitely revealed, but like I said, I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to see it. That's good. It shows Decepticon. Can you see it? Real faint on the figure. So yes, the gimmick does work. Cold water will reveal or hide the logo once again, but just for purposes right now, let's get this water out the way, wipe our figure down so we can start to do the transformation. So this is actually a pretty cool figure in my opinion. It's fun, I like it. So let's take the pump out, dry that off, make sure there's no water in it. Don't break the pump, guys, because it is old, so I'm pretty sure the rubber that's used for this is not the best. Get the water out the way. Let's put the spoiler back on the pump. So yes, it is ready to go. Once you got that taken out, guys, let's go ahead and do transformation. So right off the bat, what they want you to do is work on these shoulder bits. So what I'll do is fold them up like this, get them out the way, unpeg right here at the hinge. What you're gonna wanna do now is start to, still got water in this thing. Sorry guys. What you wanna do is start to work on the head. Fold the head down like that, flip the shoulders up like this, start to hinge this just like this. So you can start to cover this part on the head. As you see, just like that. So this is what you're left with. Now you're gonna go ahead and peg this down so that it lines up and locks this right here into this position. Now for the arms, it's pretty simple. What you're going to do is you're going to fold them inward. I'm sorry, out, then in, and then up, just like that. Out, up, in. So we'll do in and up, just like that. Swing the arms inward, just like this, and they're gonna friction peg the spoiler and lock it into place. For the feet, you're gonna fold down the toes and then unhinge right here, clip right here. It's going to clip into these spots right here by friction. Once you got it already assembled, give it a little squeeze. Okay, hold on. The plastic is catching. There we go. Once you give it a little squeeze, this is what you're left with. And now for the final part right here, there is a little bar that the spoiler connects to under here. Basically slide it in, slide this piece in just like that, and then push down. And now you have the figure fully transformed into its alt mode. With this being an older figure, it can seem a little warped, but that's okay because it's fully transformed in its alt mode. So all right guys, let's go ahead and take a closer look at this figure. Now I will tell you right off the front, when you submerge this under warm water, it does get a little better. You can see it now, it's more visible. The more water you put, the whiter it gets. As you see right here, it's starting to darken back up once you take it out of water. They say if you put cold water on it, it fully submerges, but yes guys, you put the warm water on and it does exactly what it does. So I'm happy about the gimmick. Now for the details of the figure in his Formula One race car mode, I think it looks cool. It's spot on good. I don't mind it at all. I like the colors, blue, yellow, and white. Looks good. Like I said, the stickers, I didn't apply them on. I haven't did mine because our hands are just oily, I guess. So therefore, I didn't want to go ahead and do that. But yes, if you, I don't know if you can see it right here. It says 1992 Hasbro Inc. All rights, something, something, Takara, something. I can't see it too well. It's real small and it's blue, so it's dark. But yes, like I said, it looks good, guys. No complaints here in its alt mode. So let me go in and keep the video review moving. As you see, it's starting to darken back up, and I have not put any cold water on it. I guess over time it just fades back to that dark color. So let's go ahead and bring out some more vehicles, and let's do some comparisons. So let's start this comparison segment. So right here we have figures from the G1 universe and then the two G2 figures I have from the universe. Like I said, I do think it scales well with tracks. But when it comes to the other cars like G2 Scram, I think G2 Scram is all right, but G2's tracks just is that same deluxe size comparison mold for that G1 and G2 scale frame. But in real life comparisons, I feel like these work well with Scram and also Wind Charger being smaller cars compared to a longer Formula One race car. They do look good. As you know, I don't have any stickers besides what came on in packaging on the figures. Definitely like how that looks. This is how they look forward. And like I said, guys, the logo's being covered up by itself. I haven't put anything on it. And then if we want to put tracks back in here, just so you can see the height comparisons for the vehicles, they look good. This is what you get with the G2 Deluge figure. And I have no complaints, guys. So if you're interested in G2, this is a fun figure to pick up. Yes, it is a little warping a little bit on my front end. It's sort of like a little crooked, but I can't complain because this is a toy that's been stuck in a packaging for a long time. And I'm pretty sure when they put them in the packaging, they didn't care about keeping them straight on. They just want to get them in, sell them, ship them so we can buy them in America. Anyway, in conclusion, guys, I just want to wrap this up and say this is a fun, cool gimmick figure. I like the way it turned out. It is a part of that GoBots, what Hasbro purchased over a while ago, and they bought some of these figures out and gave them these Transformer names. And it has a fun gimmick because it has the color change gimmick where you spray the hood. And not only that, the weapon is like a little water gun for the character or Decepticon, basically. I end up ultimately picking this figure off eBay, guys. I end up getting this figure for less than $50. It appears to be brand new, but it leaves me to question because the card, as you can see in my packaging, started to split in 2 pieces. I'm not sure if they were glued like this. Yes, I was alive during this time. Was I buying G2 Transformers at the time? No. I was more at this time more of a Power Ranger, Ninja Turtle guy. Transformers, I didn't really get back into it until Beast Wars, which came out 3 years later after, you know, the Transformer G2 series had been going on for some time. But anyway, guys, if you're interested in picking up a copy of this figure, you're going to have to hunt for it on a third-party website like eBay or third-party toy sellers or vintage places. But anyway, guys, this is a cool and fun figure to get your hands on, and I showed you how it scales with Generation 1 figures and also current figures. So yes, guys, thank you for taking the time to spend watching my video review. So if you would, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. By doing these 4 actions, it shows my channel a tremendous amount of support, and not only that, positive feedback as a YouTube content creator. And thank you once again for spending your time watching my video. Until next time, yeah, bro, I'll see you soon.